Hello. 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 God damn it. Every time. Doesn't matter how many times I actually click off the mute button, it still does it.
Very well. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
This time, hi everybody.
I did a good intro and everything, and now it was for naught.
You'll never get it again. Honestly,
No.
the reveal that he just gave out changed your life. But
Yes, I know. I had the meaning for life. What was it? What's in the Burger King special sauce? I had the lot of it, and guess you'll never know. Hi, Sarkos. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Bree. Thank you all so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Yes.
No. God, that dated me, didn't it?
Oh, no, you don't say. So this evening we are attempting to make some street maps. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this because street maps are notoriously difficult, which is why they are so hard to find online. People usually just use other people's templates and kind of go from there. Don't worry, Lizzie. We're all pretty much dated here. Yes, so I apologize if I do go quiet a lot this evening because I'm going to be very deep in concentration.
As much as you're going to apologize for that, meaning I'm going to have to fill the space with talk.
Yes, exactly.
But if any of y'all are in the chat, especially if any of y'all have got experience with map making on things like this, which is Inkarnate, then get involved. This is kind of riffing off earlier on when we were trying to come up with what we were going to do for our stream today, and Bree had mentioned that like she could never find sort of city street maps. There was one briefly used in our stream the stream that was on last night, which was great stream. Really enjoyed it. It's really fun.
Good. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it a lot. You all looked ridiculous. It was wonderful.
Yeah. So I mean, I always look ridiculous, but you know.
extra. You looked extra. But yeah, we did a horror one shot last night that Ben ran. Now, one of the things, one of the parts in that involved running down a street. And I think just off the back of that, Bree was mentioning that she could hardly ever find street maps on the full battle maps for your for things like Roll20 and your battle maps for D&D and your roleplay games and stuff. So that's kind of what we're going to have a go at today. And I say we, Ben's going to have a go at because he actually can use this relatively competently. So, whereas I cannot.
It is just down to practice, buddy. You haven't given yourself enough practice, so. Yeah. So again, apologies, gang. I am going to be mumbling to myself quite a bit because I'm going to be fairly frustrated trying to figure out how to make this not look terrible. Hey, Kaz, thanks for dropping by.
Here as well. How are you doing? How's everybody in the chat doing?
Yes, I hope you all are well. Please let us know if the music is too loud at any point. It is synthwave, so it has a terrible habit of being very quiet and then going very loud. Not that I particularly mind, but I imagine that it can be a bit deafening for some people.
Amazing. So Kaz been mumbling is the map maker's language. Is swearing part of that? I feel like swearing's probably going to be part of that.
Yes, it's definitely part of the map maker's language. I do that far too fucking often. Oh, well.
Kaz is also working on some stream avatars as well. So
oh, nice.
Colourful speech. Colourful speech, not swearing. Colourful speech. There we go. That's one way.
Yes. It's totally
get lazy with it is deep in an Animal Crossing hole.
Oh dear, that's a dangerous
it's 8
hole.
o'clock now. It's 8 o'clock now. Hopefully this can maybe shake them out of it, so that they can actually remember to go to sleep before 3 a.m. But
judging by my ex, that is not going to happen.
Yeah, that Animal Crossing hole it's one of those games. I imagine it's like games like Civ is the one that does that to me.
Yes.
I'll just play a little bit of Civ, and I'll just wait till the next turn. Just wait till the next turn. Just wait till the next turn. Oh no, it's the morning.
Oh look, it's turn 700.
Get lazy with it. Having a week off is, I mean, that just makes it more dangerous to be honest. And Sarkos, finish off stats for tomorrow's game, because we're going to be doing, or I'm going to be going to an IRL game with actual people tomorrow, where Sarah will be running a one-shot. So it's Sarah. So I am slightly terrified at the chaos that's going to ensue at that D&D game.
You should be.
It's all right. I'm going to try and make as stupid a character as I possibly can.
So your usual characters then?
No. That centaur character that I continue to use for about 3 one-shots that only got about halfway through. I can't even remember. What did I call it? Majestic. That was it. Something like that. Brilliant. What a wonderful character idea of a monk centaur. Got extra legs to kick with.
Exactly. Wrong layer. Down you go. Need you to be on negative one layer.
So what kind of street are you thinking for this?
So when we were talking briefly, Bree asked for a slightly rougher street, so something in some kind of a seedier part of town, so to speak.
Okay.
And then one
so
slightly cleaner.
So type thing, maybe.
Yeah, the problem is that you've got to build it out incrementally, and then figure out how do various things fit over the top of each other, and what makes sense to need to be there, and is this slightly too big? Is this slightly too small? Is it this? Is it that? And it's tedious is probably the biggest issue with street maps, because there's no easy way just to go, oh yes, we're gonna the street is gonna look like this, without it being very uniform and looking very boring.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that you, Kaz, that's doing the Civ 6 world building? I am interested in that. I just don't own the DLCs, and I think it's on a Wednesday, which I think is when we do our regular streaming. So yes, there we go then. Yeah, if it's on the Wednesday, unfortunately, I can't join it, but I will catch the VODs if you are streaming it at any point, because I do love me a bit of Civ 6. I've got many hours in it, and as some of you may have caught at some points, yeah, we planned it for Saturday with just the base game. Oh, on Saturday, if you don't mind, then drop me a quick message on the Discord, which plug Discord plug.
Wait, hang on, I'm gonna call that up.
It's fine. All you got to do is type the word Discord in, and it'll give you the Discord link.
With an exclamation mark? Is this one of the things
No,
with an exclamation
no,
mark?
literally, if the word Discord is mentioned, it will recognize that you are. Ta-da!
Whoa! Can tell that
Science.
How to use Twitch properly.
Science.
Because we're professionals.
Shut up. We have never been professional.
The other
No, we've never been professional a day in our life. Don't start.
I'm the money, all right. That's That's what I am.
You're the pretty face. You're the eye candy. Oh, fair enough. But yeah, I'd love to get a even if it's a regular game where we do long time taking turns. That'd be quite a lot of fun to do that. Yeah, just check a random tree there.
I think maybe because I just played Civ 5 too much, that I think I just got a little bit of like, this is different and I don't know how to do it. I play.
So I've done that, but because I've played Civ 1, Civ 2, Civ 3, Civ 4, Civ 5, Civ 6, I haven't minded. I've gotten used to the idea that every Civ is going to be slightly different on the concept. Yes, bear with me, everyone. Unfortunately, because there's going to be a lot of stamps in this one, is going to have constant saving to stop my my computer from absolutely crying at me.
Why don't you take me down to Shanty Street?
I am,
because it's awful. Because it's a horrible place. You'll get stabbed.
Exactly. It has things and people that you do not want to have and see. Let's go on here very quickly. Sorry, everyone. I'm just trying to optimize our stream a little bit so it runs a little bit safer for me. It doesn't decide that it just wants to give up the ghost, so to speak.
You've got to close other things.
Yeah, it's just closing some things in the background. Yeah. Casual bench, but it'll fit. Oh, that is too big.
Just keep it clean on this stream, buddy.
Yeah, everything's got to be PG because we are a PG-13 stream. We are a good Christian server.
Don't know about that. It can't be that bad a street. There's a nice little bench. There's a nice little park bench there.
Yeah, I know, but I need stuff to fill it with, and the issue is I don't know what quite to fill it with. So some people that I've seen, when they do it as, hard to quite explain. It's also almost, if you think of an isometric game, where you can kind of see the walls. So they usually, instead of it being immediately top down, it's kind of pivoted. So you can see where the doors are and things like that.
Oh, yes, yeah.
They typically do it that way, and it's really good, but God, is it a hard perspective to pull off.
Thing to do, because especially if you need to have both sides of the street.
Exactly, it's really, really complicated, and I'm trying to not will myself to try and do that because I'm scared of the brain power that it will have to require, and I don't have that kind of brain power. I am not that smart. I'm not stupid, but I'm not that smart.
which is nice. I'm surprised you included it on the CV. But you know, it's a positive thing to forward.
Exactly, yes.
But yeah, Kaz, you've dabbled with trying to do some maps as well. It can be tough.
It is a pain in the dick.
Yeah.
Go down. Even smaller.
I suppose the other thing to with this as well is the kind of things that the Inkarnate will include, because it's got lots of assets. But I found, even from when I was looking at it, I was just looking for different types of wall, and even with the paid version, there's still kind of like, here's good wall, here is broken wall, and then here
deal with it.
Like 2 or 3 drastically different types of material that won't fit with what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So they're very good for the 1 or 2 things, but
yeah,
we do with a few more options for each one.
mean, to be fair, it's only been the last year or so. I think they've managed to be able to start doing it full time. So
Yeah,
they are doing their best, and I've seen the leaps and bounds
God,
that
they've
already come across. Like they've gone and done a lot of stuff that people have been asking for a while.
there's so much. There is so much stuff that's in there.
Yeah, there is a lot of scope for improvement.
Which will keep coming as people keep using it.
Exactly, which is why I'm quite happy to pay for it. Obviously we did have a stream maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago where we were looking at Dungeon Draft, which that is a very powerful tool in and of itself, which is very different and something that I would like to play around with at some point, but would require me to
Have
purchase.
some time.
Have some time. What? And there we go. Reset! What do you think you are doing? Yeah, so it would require me to have some time to actually figure out what the hell is going on. Yeah, I think the idea of making this somewhat of a little market area is probably good.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Just to...
Giant bags of flour.
Yeah, which is why it's got a lot smaller. We'll just put another one there. Down the way. Don't worry, I know it looks very blocky for the moment, but it's one of those things that needs to be iterative.
Gonna keep adding to it, and then eventually it'll be full, so it'll look like a full marketplace or full street.
Yes, hopefully.
And the little bits that come off it as well. That's good. That's a good idea, having the little bits there, because like once you get once you have that on your on your grid map on Roll20 or whatever you're using.
Yeah, because
then
the best way to make something feel more realistic is by giving it natural alleyways and things like that. At least I've found. Because it doesn't make sense unless you're doing a full like terrace house, which at that point you might as well not have a map because it's just a corridor. You know?
True. Yeah. Yeah, you want alleyways and things like that, which is useful.
So that's why I'm trying to just kind of.
I suppose as a DM as well, you've got to consider when you're putting that map together as well. If there are too many little offshoots, you've still got to make what's on there useful enough, because you don't want it to be too easy for your players to then be like, well, I'm just going to go down here. Like, especially if it's a fight kind of scenario, your rogue might want to dart off and hide.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're going to need enough alleyways for them to be places they can go and hide, but not enough that they're going to risk going off screen.
Yeah, exactly. It's very much one of those balancing acts.
Mm-hmm. Which is why, also talking of shit that rogues will do as well, that also makes me think there's going to be a ladder somewhere on here.
Oh yeah, there always is. There's always a ladder somewhere.
And they decide that the thing to do in a hectic street fight, where every second counts, is to climb a rickety ladder onto the roof, so I can get a cool sort of shot with height.
To quote one of my favourite YouTubers at the moment, XP to level 3. Look, just because my character has an 18 intelligence does not mean that I do.
Oh my god! Kaz is saying their cleric is like that as well. I mean, is your cleric in full heavy armor as well as some of them can be? Because that makes it even more terrifying a prospect. Clerics, of course, renowned for their dexterity stats.
Oh yes, you would know.
Yes, as a forever cleric.
I mean, that is by choice.
It is by choice. It is by choice, which is why I'm looking at stupid options to maintain that, but still also be stupid and different for tomorrow's one shot.
Go
Sarah,
be a death.
if you're listening.
Go be a death cleric.
I might have to buy new things on D&D Beyond.
Just use my account, bud.
Oh yeah, I can just add myself to one of the other campaigns, can't I?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Just do that.
Yes, leather splints designed to look like plate, but lobsters, and set to be a mix of ancient Greek and knight armor. Like most of that sentence sounds great. Like plate, but lobsters? What?
Leather splints designed to look like plate. Was lobsters the intended? Yes, please drop the work in progress art into the Discord, please, because that. While I almost understand what you're on about, I feel I need some explanation.
Lobsters means to have sheets go one over the right. Okay, it's an actual term. Sorry, I was literally just thinking.
I've never actually heard of that term.
So yeah, laid over the yes. I get it. But still, danger.
Yes. High voltage.
high. No. High cleric.
Terrible.
No apologies.
Yeah, let's get.
Oh, yeah, Storm Cleric. Okay, that makes it more cool because they have do they have floating shit when they do abilities?
They do indeed.
Yeah, again, love a bit of that.
Storm clerics are terrifying as a DM. Like just straight up terrifying. Because I think your one shot is a level 12, right?
The one shot for tomorrow is going to be level 12, yes.
Yeah, you are going to be fucking insane at level 12. Level 12 clerics. So long as you don't try and treat them like a heal bot, because clerics are really not heal bots. Like, they are monstrous damage dealers that people always seem to treat like heal bots.
And Kaz, wanting to put the picture in our Discord. Either it's your choice, but either the general chat or you could use the world building.
General chat.
Pop it in there. You go. General chat. Yeah, salute.
Got there before you did this time.
I know.
Yeah, I think that side is filling up quite nice. Maybe another tree there or something like that. Think need to have a building here, then something. It's kind of time to start making it protrude and not be quite as rectangular a street.
That's badass. Right. Yeah. Do you want to drop somewhere, Kaz? Drop a link in the Twitch chat of somewhere we can see your arts.
Yes, please. I do enjoy when I see your art on stream.
Yeah, pretty damn good.
Yay! He's not half bad, is he?
It's just nice having someone in this stream that's got some talent in it.
Oi! Oi!
Where's that me?
Look, just because I know it doesn't mean someone needs to point it out. dick.
Oh lord, oh lord, oh lord. Sarakos is just
Oh lord, he coming?
finally finished writing the one shot. He's done a bunch of new tables. Now, I mean, to
You
the
should have known that was
uninitiated,
coming.
that could mean anything to those of you reading that in the chat. But we know Sarakos. We know that that's bound to be something to do with wild magic, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course.
It's yeah.
That's 100 sized. God damn.
Blimey.
50. Still huge. You down here?
I assume wild magic as well. Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, Sarakos's versions of wild magic tables are. Let's just say that they probably verge more towards Looney Tunes than, you know, common weird magic.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Well, I'm quite sure it's only a matter of time before we have Sarah doing a one shot with us on here.
Well, we did have one. We did have one quite a while back. That had I cannot remember what the new God of Lightning was in your stream, but I know it was something.
Is this
It's the one that I managed to murder them by making them roll on the wild magic
Chris?
table.
Is it
Chris,
end up being called Chris?
Yeah, Chris, the God of Thunder.
Yes, yeah.
Not for any other reason than
thanks for joining us, Kaz.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Kaz. I really appreciate it, buddy.
Good luck with the avatars.
Yes, we will catch you at some point soon. Let's put some mossy rocks.
Kondrand Havina Ramos Isram Semas is the name of the god, but people call him Chris because it's easier to say.
Yep, that makes sense. makes complete sense to me.
That is how to legitimize the bullshit that your players come up with.
Well, I know for a fact that literally came about because they Sarakos and their brother, is they are making their own homebrew world, and their brother was quite adamant about it not happening because they wanted it to be somewhat legitimate, and Sarakos has come up with a method of trying to make it legitimate. I imagine much to their brother's annoyance.
It works. It works. Any secret tidbits about your world building that you can let us know? Sarakos, anything you want to let us know? Give me a little bit of a heads up, so I might have a little bit of an advantage on some of the world lore before the others tomorrow.
I mean,
I'm using Twitch as a platform to give myself an advantage in a one shot.
Have you no shame? I'm proud of you, but have you no shame?
How long have you known me?
Like nearly 3 years now, and that's kind of terrifying to me.
Yeah. It's gone fast. Remember, a lot of that we weren't allowed to leave our houses for.
Yeah, I know.
There be pirates. Okay, cool.
Finally got into the habit of remembering to press space instead of zooming in and out
to be able
over and
to
over
move
again.
The map around. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, this is fancy. What is this construction you're putting together here now then?
I'm just trying to throw together a really weird little alleyway, just with stuff in it more than anything. So
overgrown hedge work, that kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. That needs to be layer 0. That one needs to be layer 1. That needs to be layer 2. Yeah, so there's a little ladder back there which I'm just going to tuck a little bit tighter.
Yay!
But like, if it's fitted to the screen, there's going to be some more stuff around here. I need to add more crap around here because it's still very boxy looking. I just want to kind of have, okay, I'm going to put a wall there to create that, so that's going to create this, so what needs to be on the other side of this wall? Okay, I'm going to do this, going to do that. I'm trying to formulate as we go along. Which again is far easier said than done.
Well, it's good. It definitely has not a ramshackle look, but it's not like like you said, it's not like a uniform, just a row of terraced houses kind of thing.
Yes.
There's a lot going on, buildings that were built at different points when other things were knocked down or burned down or like or whatnot.
Yeah, that's a lot of what I try to do. So I like having that kind of aesthetic to it. I am gonna bring you up a layer because I thankfully had the foresight to put that on a slightly different layer so we can have some vines crawling through the roof.
And the famous Santalo man is another apparent hint about this one shot I'm doing tomorrow, and I have no idea what that.
I'm keeping quiet.
Is. Okay. Okay.
Enjoy. Screw it. Let's have a random goat that's wandering the streets.
Yes. Oh god. Well, that will become like that would immediately become a focal point for whatever group you're going to end up having.
Yep.
Billy says.
Because they probably would have little bits of livestock relatively nearby.
Yeah, that makes sense. And one of them has just got out.
Yeah, like just check 2 over there, and this one's decided it wants to piss off over here for some reason.
Chickens as well. That's
yeah, we could probably do some chickens.
Bringing a Skyrim effect. If any harm comes to it, like you immediately get the entire town guard.
Oh yeah, gotta live up to that Zelda. Yeah, if you want to have chickens, that is fine. Let's get a fence. Wooden fence there. We'll grab this one. Let's try and make a weird little coop over here out of just random crap. We'll grab that. That can go right there. Ba 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 da da da. Broken wooden wall.
Oh, to use it as like a okay. I thought that was like a log, but if that's a wall, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it is a log, but it's the idea that they've literally just grabbed piles of crap and just and just kind of made it work, you know? Well, there can even be a broken chest of drawers in there, and that's how the chickens can get. That's where the chickens can sleep.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Then we'll... That was a worn wall, 2 to wall. That's a fence. We'll grab a 2 to wall. Just plop that there. Then chonking. Cool. These are fucking massive. They need to be a lot smaller.
Yeah, I think so.
Not quite that small.
Chickens.
We'll have one there. One there. One there.
It's very small.
One there. Chickens need to be slightly bigger. Oh look, there's 2 roosters in there as well. That's not going to end poorly. We need some dirt. That'll do.
The grounds look different as well because it's more texture.
Yeah. Okay. And then we go back into here. We put down the little chicken tracks.
What? Oh, there's actually little. No.
Yeah. Yeah, they blend in a little bit, but they add a little bit of texture just to some random things.
That's good.
Yeah. So there you go. That's part of that area done. They are some small ass chickens. Goddamn. Might need to make them bigger. Yeah, let's do that. No. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm immediately a little bit of DM thinking really for me, but yeah, just essentially thinking of like in whatever scenario this map is being used in. One of the characters thinks of vaulting that because there's only chickens in there, so it's fine, but like it causes pandemonium to the point that they then have issues being able to get through. It becomes difficult terrain or something because the roosters are attacking and then the chickens are running around.
Don't fuck with chickens.
Or if they have to break into one of the buildings or something like that.
Yeah, you don't fuck with chickens. Straight up.
Yep.
They will mess you up.
Okay, there we go. I think that's better.
Yeah, it's better. They were a smidge small before. Let's give that a quick save. Yeah, just some crazy dude there every so often runs past and throws shrinking portions at them. Cass throws a large reduce, but every time it's reduce.
The initial idea was that they were trying to do it for the enlarge so you could get bigger eggs.
Yeah.
And more chicken meat.
But ended up just breeding very small chickens. What else can we put in here?
A few houses. I think we definitely need something, not the bottom right, but next to the thing.
Yeah,
at the bottom right.
something here. Nope, over here, please. See, no, I didn't actually place that, and it decided it wanted to. Get rid of that. No, what about a dead tree there? Or a dying tree, shall I say? 150.
You do that, just do it, wasn't it?
200. Just to
What else? What else can go in there? So we've got like a market stall kind of bit. We've got two quite big buildings. One looks like it could be something that could be the target of, or the location that the PCs have to get to or go to, or whatever they're looking for has come from. That's really good what you've done with the tree there, actually, to give it that sense of being overgrown and
yeah, it's been there a
not
while
well
and
maintained.
it's just yeah. Plus, it kind of feeds into why you got this little thing you can get onto here, and then you go up there, and then it's like blah 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 blah. You know,
lots of scaling walls and things.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm trying to do at least, but it's quite hard. I'm gonna try and put some moss on this thing or something. I think it's a bit clean for my taste.
Yeah. What else can we have? A few buildings there. Washing line. Yeah.
There's some washing lines over there. Yeah.
Some livestock. What else can we have on that? No, I get you. See what you're doing there.
Just add a bit of age to everything, isn't it? Just give it a bit of depth if I can.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Up where move you down a layer, down to grab you again, move you down to that layer, then it's sitting underneath. Ha 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 ha. Same there.
Well, I can see what you did. Yeah, cool.
Again, practice, 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 practice.
What else? Yeah, what else can we have on this street?
Yes, because we need to get some stuff in here. Because this is... We're going to put some more trees here for a second while you have a think about that. Trees are an easy go-to.
Pretty seedy kind of area, so... Little offshoot alleys already, and then there's the one with the ladder as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put some.
Okay. Actually, by putting the trees there, at the back of that building, I suppose that does give the idea that the whole street is a little. It makes it a little bit rougher. Yeah. It's not like a street of shops and things like that.
Yeah, it hasn't been maintained. Is hopefully the idea. There is that because I don't need that for a moment. Geese. Right, just have some random gooses wandering the streets. That's not going to go poorly for anyone. You know,
CR level higher than most creatures of that size.
Yep. Notoriously tame geese.
They statted a giant goose as a thing here. Like,
I know
just gonna
someone started the goose from Untitled Goose Game and
Untitled Goose Game.
and made it a patron.
Google's. There we are. Oh yeah, the nameless goose. Challenge rating 7. 78 hit point. That is strange.
Yes, it is very nonsense.
That is very nonsense.
Cheating by chucking some rocks in. CD tree has CD rocks underneath it.
Which have been used to dash out the brains of
more than
someone that should
yes.
not have been walking down that street.
Exactly. Your money or your life.
And your life.
Yes.
But yeah, something to go around that rounded building. What are you seeing that rounded building in the bottom corner as?
That's the problem. I'm not.
I see it as a rounded building.
Yeah, literally. I saw the roof kind. I thought it was cool looking, and then I put it in there. Ooh, that can go in there.
Can we retcon an inn into that, like the edge of an inn? So there's like
certainly.
Like there's some bar tables and things like that outside.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Assets for that.
They do. I'm just chucking a couple of arrows in there. They've got rid of all the ones around the edge, but they haven't managed to get the ones deeper in because it's too far in. Yeah.
From that time they barred the drunken ranger.
Exactly. Just, you think you can keep me out? I saved this city twice.
But yeah, I think that would be quite a good use for that sort of side of the street. I think because that can spill into the road a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's fine, because then we can have... We can put these down to like 50. Yeah. What we can do then is we can have a pile of broken crap over here.
Yes.
Which is all the stuff that gets broken in the tavern.
That's outdoor furniture now.
Like, stop breaking our shit. Stop having shit that's breakable. Also check we'll have a broken fancy table sitting around the side because it may be broken, but it's still too fancy to throw away.
Fancy table.
And then you can have one big table that was clearly just utterly wrecked at some point. Chairs in there. These are going to go down to...
Sargo says local inn invents rubber just to stop them breaking shit that's breakable.
I mean, that was part of the reason the plastic was invented.
Thanks, whoever did that.
Yes.
Pop one by the first table you put down as well, because someone who's, even though the table's broken, he can still use it.
Oh yeah, don't worry. It's gonna have the fancy chair next to it too. Which is also a piece of shit, but it's like, it's fancy chair. Piss off. It's me fancy chair. Let's put something here. What do we want to put here? See, in a fancy street, that would be easy. You just go, oh, I'm just going to line it with some trees and some flowers and make it all look nice. But in a piece of shit, you're like, nah, people are going to live there. It's free real estate.
Yeah, I reckon you put a still together table.
Oh yeah, I will. I'm just
a little bit into the street as well, I reckon.
Yeah, I want to put something in the way that they're then working around, so to speak. I want a different kind of roof. I want something slightly different. Slightly. That's a pyramid, isn't it? Yes, broken pyramid. It's not what I want.
Yeah, it's a bit extreme.
So yeah, so in the middle of Shantytown, there's a fucking pyramid, mate. Don't know where it came from, just turned up. Woke up one day, pyramid. And it's already a piece of shit. The geezer's already decided to egg it 3 times. Something like these. Ooh, there we go. Moonlight. Let's grab that one. Yeah, I'll do. Give me the rotation. Check that. There. Up.
Oh, not even straight. Like at an
nope.
Angle. Oh.
Some guy saw the opportunity, built his house. Screw you.
Yeah, Sarah, I was also thinking when Ben was mentioning the pyramids bit, was also thinking of the Dungeons of Daddies episode.
I haven't seen that, so
that's all we'll say of it, because
oh no, I'm probably not going to catch up to it, honestly. I have far too many other things that I'm trying to keep up with.
True.
And honestly, I don't actually listen to all that much D&D content anymore since making our own.
We make so much of it our own.
Pretty much. I'm pretty much constantly either thinking about D&D, writing D&D, or running D&D.
Help us.
Yes. My sanity left long ago. Help.
I don't know, if you're doing D&D stuff, your sanity left long ago, that helps.
Yeah, fucking tell me about
it. So this guy just built a house on the road and a garden? Fenced off a bit of garden for themselves?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why not?
Again, there's just going to be some crap in there. I don't know what quite I'm going to put there. But I'm just imagining that one of those terrifying geezers that you would wander into and it's just got a shotgun on him at all times. Like, get off me lawn! It's the middle of the street! Get off me lawn! You don't have any grass!
This is city property. It needs to be cleared for carriages. Oh god, he's got a bow and arrow.
Oh fuck, he's got 2 crossbows. God damn. Who gave him the second one?
Maybe it's his arrows that are in the roof of the
yeah, maybe
pub across the road. They were making too much noise, so he just started mortaring arrows into the air towards the...
There's his lawn. It's just moss on the cobblestone. Fuck off me lawn.
Oh, yeah, it's his lawn. Brilliant.
Oh, that's so dumb that I like it. Yes, I'm glad I'm not the only one who caught creepy Phill staring at me down the camera.
Okay. Okay, so that, yeah, so that
Yeah,
is...
I'm gonna grab the long table.
Oh, yeah,
fucking hell.
Let's
go down to 100. Maybe 75. Yeah. Put that there. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit. So that technically carriages can get down here, but fuck off with your fancy carriages.
It's not, yeah, well, yeah, it's the kind of thing where they're like kids playing sports in the road. Imagine group of sat around the table and they're like, carriage, just pick the table up and move it to the side,
yeah,
and then move it back out into the road again.
And then someone else, carriage.
Like that. Oh, where it's Harold. I think it might be Taiwan. I'm not sure, but they have
yes
the railway market that is literally over railway tracks,
yeah.
And they just give the call and pull ropes and everything.
I mean, yeah.
Draws up for a literal train to go through.
Yep.
Like,
and it goes through at like 60 miles per hour or some shit. Yeah.
Like,
utterly petrifying. Like, legitimately scary.
Like, I mean, that looks like a market that sells fresh foods. I mean...
They are markets that sell fresh foods.
Like... baffling and terrifying. I mean, yes. Surely at some point, at least one of those ropes has snapped.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, there's a reason that, like, there's that running joke of, like, Indian people having so little to do that they ride trains, but not on the outside. You know, it's just like, when your existence is treated like dog shit by everyone around you, you pretty much stop caring about yourself, don't you?
So
unfortunately.
Play a buckaroo with a train.
Yeah. Let's... Right, so I need to do something there. So we need some stairs. Stairs. Or step or something.
Going up to...
Block. Brick. Fucking anything. Rickety sewer plank. That'll do. That works perfectly.
What a lovely place this street is.
Just to give that change a little bit of a... little bit of depth is all. So it could be that that's like some shitty fence that's meant to be hiding it or whatever. Whatever any specific DM comes up with. Or it could literally just be a piece of wood step, yes. Right. Let's go into the brush tool. We want to... Fallen leaves, yes, we want some of that, because we're going to want it over here. Doing it? Yes, it is painting it properly, good. Some of that over there. Here as well. And we want probably some more dried out grass over here. Oh, nope, that is the wrong layer. We'll check that one there. And grab that one. Move it to the foreground. That's a bit too pretty for my taste.
The streets.
It's got purple in it. Ugh. How dare they?
I'm drinking in any pub that's got purple leaves on it. Think of some kind of fancy lady with purple leaves. Whatever. Get some dog shit down there. That's like a proper pub.
What do you think? I want to enjoy the taste of my drink. Get off it.
Oh, I'm sorry, chat. We've had a long weekend.
It's been a long weekend.
It's clearly affected us in school. Right away.
I mean, Phill may be sorry. I'm not. I've just lost my mind. Sure.
Oh, I see. You're going over the roadway there as well as just it's kind of deteriorated a bit there.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Try and give it. Nope, don't want to fail that. Give it as much variety as I can. Where's me cracks? There's me cracks.
Loves a cracked Ben.
Loves a good crack, me.
But yeah, it does. It does.
There you go. There's literally a pothole now. There you go. Couple of potholes.
Oh, that's a bit.
Bit dangerous, yeah. There you go. There's your shitty street.
Wow, that is. What a shithole. But then there's lots of features that are now in there. There's the wider space in the middle, which is where your whatever situation you're using this map for can be used for. But you've got things off to all directions now that you can use. You can try, get to the roofs. You can climb up the walls, the trees.
If we were going to put the grid on, which is kind of hard to see, the grid isn't that grid is too small. Put that to say 45.
Yeah, that is difficult to see.
Yeah, give it a second. Gonna put it. Yeah, I would say that's about 5x5 ish. So you've got areas of cover, you've got areas of height, you've got places to hide in, little things that you can say argue that they can get underneath.
Yeah.
Places to be ambushed, weird opportunities for weird NPCs.
Lots of cover, but also for the DM, lots of shenanigans. You're climbing up on the roof, are you? Well, look at those tiles. Don't they look safe and secure? Make a dex save.
Well, that's why there's a couple over here.
Yeah.
Literally fallen down in the top right down corner.
Yeah, exactly. So that's good. There's plenty of cover options. Depending on what it is as well, like the sort of, I suppose, like the main sort of things that you've got the market, stall, you've got whatever this big building is in the bottom left. You've got the randomly built house in the middle of the road,
which I'm gonna personally love to death, honestly. There you go. You obviously could have a night filter just to put night on it, if need be, which we'll get rid of for a second. But let's see what we can put on it. Let's put the gloom and doom filter on there.
Gloom and doom.
Yeah.
I mean, the place is gloomy and doomy enough.
So you say that, but give it a moment. I've just put that over, and now it looks worse. Let's also give it some rolling fog. Why not? and now it looks spoopy. Yeah, just by adding like, a couple of easy filters, it obviously you can change it to be whatever you wanted. But yeah, Shantytown
That's
Street.
good. Trying to, you could be, if you're, it completely changes the scope of it. If you're in the middle of the daytime and it's just an area you've got to get through and an encounter happens here, or you could have, because of the nature of the buildings around the outside, it could be quite a good, your PCs have got to ambush someone or get ambushed in that area. As well, so you've got lots of places where you can, if the PCs are doing the ambushing, you can give them the map straight away. You could maybe even do one where you've taken some of the features out, because it's like, well, this is what the street roughly looks like. So you can say like, oh well, I'll be up on that building, I'll go on that building, I'll climb up to the top, I'll hide behind this tree, that kind of thing. And then that's where, like, for instance, where the chickens are, then one of the PCs might be like, well, I'll go into where the chickens are, and or I'll go into that nook there and hide behind the tree. But when you actually get there, that's when they discovered that it's full of chickens and you risk being spotted, that kind of thing.
Or if there are chickens and you're like, I want to be one with the chickens, it's like, okay, druids, use your wild chip to become a chicken. I'm going to eavesdrop on people by being part of the local fauna.
That's why, and that's where the druids then like, could I make a charisma check as a chicken to try and convince the other hens to help me deal with this issue?
Can I lead an insurrection against the local rooster?
Suddenly you've got a mini game where the druid's trying to enact chicken run in the middle of an encounter that the DM spent months building towards.
Perfect.
Like, no, you can't build a rudimentary plane out of what's a chicken hutch.
Look, I know there's a lot of crap around, but you grew up in the woods. Even artificers haven't come up with the concept of flying things yet. Cool. I think from there then we'll probably go for a quick 10-15 minute break.
I think so.
And then we will come back and we are going to do the complete opposite, a very fancy street, which is probably going to be difficult again because I don't quite know how to make a fancy street look interesting, but we will figure it out. So we will be back at 9:30 and then probably go until at least the map is finished, and then we'll see what time that is. It'll probably be 10:30ish. We'll probably finish this evening. But yeah, catch you all in a couple of minutes.
See you in a bit.
See you in a little bit. And we are back. Hello, everyone. Sorry for a little break. We needed pee breaks and drinks and all that lovely, lovely goodness. Trying to be responsible adults for a change. But yes, yeah, I'm trying to make it seem like we know what we're doing. Yeah, I know it's a stretch. I know.
It's true. We've just did a ramshackle, seedy, bad, wrong side of the tracks street map before the break. So we're going the opposite way this time, I take it.
We're going to try and do a slightly more upper class area, which is going to be a colossal pain in the dick. But we'll see if we can figure it out properly. I do have some ideas for how to do it, but whether those ideas are feasible is another thing. Yeah, obviously we did just see that Sarakos has left the chat, but I've seen that we've got a couple of returning people. If anyone wants to give themselves a little bit of a shout out just to say hi, We greatly appreciate it. We like interacting with people.
Otherwise, he's just got to talk to me, and that you wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Exactly. I talk to him enough on the Sodden Daily.
But yes, you were saying the one of the major issue of doing this kind of street, the a nice, well maintained, better place to live, is visually it's going to be not that exciting because it's going to be uniform, lots of straight lines, everything is clean and how it should be. So
that's why I'm attempting to do something there, which I think I have an idea for, but
okay.
Most of it is going to be really effing boring.
Good. So stay tuned, everybody. But the idea being is once we get that set up, we can then be like, right, so what can we do to keep it looking like, an upper class area for a D&D game, but to give it things that will give it a little bit of life. So if you've got an encounter there, that's something. You've got options rather than, well, I'll just go to that fence. I'll go to that fence.
Yeah, exactly. Because honestly, I've been trying to do this because I've been trying to figure it out because I've got our own little home game that I do run that at certain points was in a fancy district, and the only way that I could really think about doing it in a way that made it look somewhat like making sense was I basically made it kind of Vegas-y.
Okay.
But at the same time, that doesn't work everywhere.
D&D Vegas.
Yes. Oh god, that is not a fence. That is a brick wall. Picket fence. That is a horrible fence.
Is that like a pot? Yeah, like a pond in the middle of it. That is excellent. Makes it even higher class area. As well.
Exactly. It makes it absolutely arrogant. The kind of people that I would not want to associate with in real life.
However, it is an incredibly interesting feature for an encounter in that kind of area.
Yes.
And also, even if it's simply being used as a basic map where your PCs have got to go to a couple of the houses that are on this street, it just gives all the, because it's clearly going to be a nice, fancy, well-to-do area. So people only really look at the pond. It's aesthetically pleasing, but of course, you're playing D&D, so you have a party which naturally will have.
I'm going to climb into the thing.
Shithead in there who will do something stupid that will involve them.
Oh look, a public bathing area.
Yeah, exactly.
You gargantuan shit.
Well, that actually could be what also they do, but
yes. You know what? I'm not gonna even, it'll even be fancy, and there could be some koi in you.
Fucking gardener hired by the nobles to maintain this part of street is like, what's that floating in there? Oh, not again.
How do they keep getting back into this area of town?
Also, enjoy that bit of enjoy that level of layer. Oh yeah, how do you? Is there a way you can fade
like
them in that?
Yeah,
at the moment they look like they're flying.
So it's fine. Give it a second. It will catch up on stream for you in a moment.
Ah, sweet. Okay. Yeah.
I do need to move this one because the shadow is slightly over the grass. But yeah.
But yeah, that's an excellent little feature to add there.
Gives it a little something. We'll do something with this. Probably put some marble or something.
That actually also makes it interesting. Because I'm looking at the size of it and thinking how big the grid is going to be. That if you do have those shitheads player characters that you inevitably do that decide to go into the water, it might be a docile fish, but it's the same, probably the same size as the character.
Yeah, not far off it.
So why not?
Still a big old fish.
World. It's a koi carp, but it's 6 feet long.
Have you seen tuna? Have you seen how big a tuna fish is?
They get pretty chunk, so
they are huge. Actively terrifying how big they are. Like, I've seen pictures of them. I'm like, I don't get scared by much, but those things actively put the shits up me a little bit. Like, mostly because of the idea that we think that we're supposed to be where they are. It's like, we are clearly not welcome here. Why are we doing this? This is its bit. It's like when people complain that someone got bitten by a shark. It's like, did it bite them in the middle of the street? No, you decided you decided to get into the fucking ocean. That's your fault. This is our place. That's its place. You went to its house and it bit you for it.
You want to get some food? You can go to the supermarket. This
exactly.
This is what I call the supermarket, the beach.
And even then, like, sharks actually apparently don't like the taste of humans.
Good lord. Oh,
we apparently taste horrible. The only time we get bitten by every new shark attack is a different shark.
So they try it once and they're like, ah. Oh.
Yeah, literally. Because they track a lot of them. They've tracked ones that have done shark attacks, and then have been within vicinities where there's been blood and stuff by humans, and they just like and they just swim off somewhere else. They're just not interested.
You can smell it from far away, and they're like, no.
Sharks can smell blood from something like 15 miles away.
Yeah.
Like an insane distance.
They smell it and they're like, no.
Nah, mate, you're grim.
It's the equivalent. We're always saying, like, I can have seafood, but it doesn't agree with me. This is probably the same for them.
Yeah.
I could have food, but it doesn't agree with me.
Yeah. It always seems to repeat on me, and I don't know why. There's something quite something distasteful about eating those land dwellers. They're always so gamey.
So dry.
Terrible. Really on your diet.
That is absolutely the right kind of roofing for this area.
Yeah. Why have you gone so small? Oh, it's because it is a very small piece. Okay.
Question is, are you gonna have it terraced, or you can have separate houses?
They're all separate. You know, they've got to be separate.
Yeah. As you said, a terraced row of houses is
it's aesthetically boring to design. Because it's just I put 7 roofs down. Hi guys. done my work for the evening. You swine.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
A facility to do the side edge of that.
We do
those roofs as well.
Yes, it is gonna happen. I'm just making it's quite a long property. First of all, let's go in there. Yeah, and then need this one. Where is it? That one. Yes, like that. actually fairly well lined up on the first try as well. Then we go to the ruby scaled roofs. And do much the similar. Just away from it. But we will make this one noticeably shorter and curved. Because why not?
Yes. Good. Okay. So yes, it still has a very similar kind of look to it, but it does break it up and make it a little less copy and paste.
Exactly.
The houses. It is clearly the very high end of the market for this.
Yes, and then the opposite side of the street will be even fancier because they have fancy versions of these scaled roofs.
What? Oh, the opulence.
Yes. I'm guessing these are going to be absolutely fucking massive now. Yeah. That's fine. I can turn that 180 degrees. Make it 150 in size. No, 105. Yeah, that's better. And put that there. Then it just overhangs. And we will put that one there.
Dominance on the road.
Exactly. Got to assert that dominance. We will have one very small marble roof that is just going to extend out of this.
Okay.
Lower
layer of something.
Yes. Oh, no. What am I doing? 90, 180. Cool. So now we need some walls, because gardens, because these fancy people have gardens.
Definitely. And again, that's taking something from a more uniform, well-maintained street that gives options of things for the PCs to dive over, vault over, try and get over quietly, etc.
Yes, exactly. That was hoping to be the intention, at least. There. Down a layer. And hopefully there's a corner at it. Yes, that's the corner. View to
I see a little pillar. Something we need to have there.
So you need to be over here, and you're not going to be quite long enough, so I'm going to have to get another one of you instead. This one? No. 3 long enough? No, definitely not. 2? Yeah, 2 would be long enough. Cool. We'll put some flowers in there and stuff in a second.
Yeah.
But, right, so that gives that little area, so now we need to do the wall next to it, which needs to be slightly different again. Because even though they're going to have them semi-similar, they're all ostentatious gits with their own aesthetics and bleh.
No, RuPaul, our house colours are red. We must have burgundy walls.
Exactly.
Well, sorry, they've got this one.
I'm sorry, sir, but there's only so many shades of marble that exist. That's not what I wanted to hear, Jeeves. I understand that, sir, but what you wanted to hear and what you heard is two different things. Damn you, Jeeves. How dare you show me up in front of the company.
Yeah, that's good.
It's going to be a faff now. I can just see it. There. Surprisingly less faff than I was expecting.
The question is that going to be perfectly 90 degrees, like in a straight line, or when you line it up, is it going to be just a little bit off?
And it's going to be just a little bit off, I can guarantee you.
So that ever... That's good. There we go. That looks alright.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's good.
It's good. It's good enough. I'm not faffing with it too much. Cool. So that one has that kind of wall. For the sake of it, let's make that a side street. Then it gives it something different to do. And so subtract. Make it that size. Cool. So, got the basics. We need to put some flowers and shizen and stuff. Flus. Because fancy areas always have flus.
Could they potentially have lantern posts, street lighting?
Good shout, Mr. May.
Yeah.
Good thinking, Batman. Wall lanterns, They're technically graveyard lanterns, but they will do ornate lantern. We could do that, and then just have them... So, for the sake of it, we're going to have them put out, because they are technically in daytime.
Yep.
Let's have a look at that looks. Where's it placed that one?
Well, Fortnite boss wants us to become famous. Well, let's...
Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it, but... Bye, guy. Kindly shove it up your rear.
Fortnite boss one. Wow.
Could you guess that we don't like bots?
I mean, are we playing Fortnite? No, we're putting flowers on a D&D map. Come on.
Exactly. Can you say scam artist? SC. My daughter, Explorer. Totally not bitter about that shit at all. Okay, so let's get something to line these little areas with.
Maybe the right size, maybe a bit smaller.
I'm just going to leave them for that for the moment, because I can always go back and select them and make them slightly smaller if need be. But I kind of like the idea of them being this large, ostentatious bullshit.
Yes, yeah, it's a large, ostentatious street, I suppose.
Exactly, yeah. Triad spear fence. Ooh. I'm going full Victorian era with this. Of London, London grassland. That is for rich people. Fuck you very much for thinking otherwise.
Just enough to be between the fence and the... Yeah.
This size is a different size!
Well, I was going to say, although potentially could the pond bit be uncovered? Do you think?
It could be, but that's why I'm leaving the ropes there for. So if someone wants to climb into it, they can just climb over the ropes.
If the PCs want to,
basically, if the player characters decide to be complete cock ends, then there's their opportunity. They don't become one with the spikes immediately.
How would you skill check that up then? Would it be like a
it would be
athletics check and you'd get damage if you
I would do it as a straight acrobatics check if you were going over some spikes.
Yeah.
Because you're flipping over that shit, you're not just jumping it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. If I was in a bad mood, I would make it really high. I'd make the difficulty check really, really difficult, but come on. Keep up. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
That's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to find something slightly smaller as well to fill the gap.
Are there gates? Are there gates you'd be able to find that would fit that? Do you reckon?
Possibly, but I don't know whether I've never seen this fence texture before, so I think this fence is new. So I'm on. Right, come on. Let's go there. There we go. So there is still something there. Right. That is there. That is fine. We need to get into this area and we need to find a stamp. Why would I want a tree stamp? Go away.
You need this.
Let's take you down to 100. That's a gate gap. That appears to be something. Gate gap, gate gap. That is presumably a gate, because that looks like an awning to me. That looks literally identical to the lanterns. And then these are the same massive things from earlier. Okay, so we might need to make those just select these and make them significantly bigger. But then you make see it scales everything, and it's right. Okay, let's get rid of these fences. These fences aren't working.
Ooh. But the poor can get in.
I know. Don't you worry your pretty face. We will find a way to get rid of the poor some other way.
The rich always find a way.
Don't they fucking just? Can you tell that I'm bitter about that? And I might lean onto the left-hand side of politics?
You want to get political?
I always want to get political.
Which we shouldn't, because we're on the internet, so we'll instantly be in trouble.
Exactly.
Only allowed to push political ideas if you're a large social media network, I imagine.
Yeah, so something to do with being from some kind of privileged background and creating some kind of technological platform possibly taken from someone else's ideas originally, but then building a global empire out of it, and then being just self-aware enough that you rename the brand after a brand in a cyberpunk dystopian novel that is completely about the United States of America completely turning into a concrete parking lot with advertising everywhere and nothing else, no flying cars or any of that kind of shit. But, you know, that's just a hypothetical.
So I still crack up the is it Hebrew that it means death?
Yep.
That just cracks me up. People can literally say that it's dead.
Yep.
This company's dead. No, literally, it means it. Oh well.
That's not the right one.
Not that we want to get political about anything, Ben.
No. That's just all hypotheticals. I'm sure you understand. We haven't. Neither of us have been political a day in our lives. So I'm sure you can fully understand that we are completely neutral in everything that we say, and
all these things.
we have not done absolutely anything to portray any kind of political viewpoint within this conversation. Just dead silence. Just say nothing after that.
Now I'm just trying to watch what you're doing with the boxes and the layering here.
I'm attempting to see whether I can put some kind of texture there to make it look like there's a little border. It's not quite working though. It's not quite giving me the result that I'm looking for.
Okay, I see, like a tiling kind of a different kind of tiling effect.
Yeah, it's just all. I just need to find one that fits but doesn't blend as obviously as that one is. Maybe that one. Brown elaborate tile. How does that do? That looks better. Still not completely perfect, but
I still potentially want a bit more grass on that. Are you able to widen it a little bit more?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Let's undo that. 1 second. Come on, you swine. I can do in a moment.
But that's a good contrasting color actually for like the whole area has been.
Ooh, Inkarnate.
Is Inkarnate.
It actually froze then for a second.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. I'm actually impressed with that bot that they've managed to get that name, honestly.
Alright, Boss 2.
Yeah. It's just generic enough that I would have thought that some 12-year-old would have had it like 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, I mean, they might have and whatever.
Sold it, yeah. Yeah. So, if you can see the little outline that's there, it was currently on 20, so I'm going to take it down to 10 to give it more grassland. Okay. Obviously, you've got a little bit of a delay for it. But, how about that? How does that look? Yeah, I agree with you. I think making it much smaller is much better.
Yes! Yeah, there we go.
It's still slightly off, though! God damn you!
Oh no, because there's a little bit of green in there.
Yeah. Undo! Redo!
Good. This is the fiddly doom of using a system like this.
Yes. It must be perfect, god damn you. You will be perfect or I won't do you. Wish I could say that about my sex life, but that's not the truth.
Out of context quote for everybody. Yeah, let's see how this looks.
Yes, there we go. Okay. Do you mind? Let me go over here.
Don't do the effect on the pond bit though. I think
oh god,
just,
no.
Yeah.
I am not going about the faff of trying to do that with a curved texture. Maybe I may be a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this, but I'm not subjecting myself to that. I have other things to do this evening, like sleep. God damn you! I can see the slither within a heartbeat, and it's just...
like the tiniest little...
Yeah.
It's gotta be slightly bigger. It's gotta be shite. I'm gonna fucking murder you. With a trowel.
Perfectionist.
There we go. Good enough. One side is slightly bigger on pixel count. I don't care. Cool. Yeah. So
okay.
now,
but yeah, this is instantly not anywhere near as uniform and boring as you stated it might be.
No.
There's stuff going on.
Just not a lot of it.
But now do we add items on the street? That was my question. It's
so the only things you can really
high-end area. Would you? Oh, and I suppose you'd use tokens if there were going to be guards, wouldn't you?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not really a lot you can do. You could add some benches, but all the benches are fairly middle class looking, if you want to call it, compared to this area.
Enough.
Yeah, some. Yeah, I think honestly the only thing left to do is really just chuck some plants in the gardens.
Yeah.
Food on strings. Bunting flags. I wish I'd seen those earlier. Would have been useful, but that's fine. Just put zoom. Go. And then the same around here. So yeah, if you want to start talking about something, Phil, because honestly I'm just going to be concentrating on. I'm just going to be clicking on flowers for a little while, and that is not really riveting content.
What are you talking about? Florists who play D&D that didn't even know you could right click tulips.
Yes, exactly.
But yes, it's good. Again, the fact you've got all the options on Inkarnate means you can easily put that layer on for night time and then switch out the off lanterns for the on lanterns, that kind of thing. It would be potentially, if you're planning that kind of way as a DM, to have that option. Have you ever found yourself doing something like that when you've been making maps? I've done doing a daytime and a nighttime setup for it, just in case the PCs are like, well, no, we should night.
I have done it on occasion, not all that often, but on occasion I've done it.
Just in case.
Yeah. more often than not,
inevitably, when you really make it, they won't bother. But the one
Oh,
time
always.
you forget, that's the time they'll be like, maybe we should come back at night.
Yeah, and it's always the thing with a lot of player characters. They'll forget that they've seen these maps 2 or 3 times before.
Yeah. So and then by simply bringing it back as a nighttime one and
Yeah,
rotate it 180 degrees.
pretty much. I would be lying if I'd said that I hadn't done something like that to you lot before.
Yeah. Okay.
Why is there a little fern? Why is there a fern here? You, sir, can get in there. Get your ass in there, boy. You will not be in the centre of the street. No, you are not. This one can have a doggo. Dog.
Okay, but yeah, again, when you're doing that, it's yeah, there's a uniformity to it, but there isn't. Like there's that with the houses being different. Ooh, guard dog.
Yeah.
Good dog.
Guard pupper. There you go.
Excellent. That's the one for your metaing PC.
Yeah.
But they'll see it on the map and inevitably want to try and scale the wall to this opulent house where they don't want people literally trespassing on their property.
Yep.
And that is what they will be doing.
Oh, you climb up and immediately the dogs are very aware that you're there. But yeah, that's a slightly more opulent street. Obviously, you could do some more stuff. You could add some slightly different grass textures and things like that. But
you can always extend the gardens further out as well, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You go to extra details. I imagine there's probably like assets like wall lamps and things like that. Wall lanterns that you can
yes, there is. Yeah.
To the walls. It's that rich an area. They'd have someone going around lighting them at night, that kind of thing.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, I tend to, with these ones, I tend to leave it sparse, because honestly, when my brain goes to rich opulence in terms of fantasy, it's always that kind of grand avenues and that kind of aesthetic. So everything is paved and well maintained. The grasslands have their own specific gardeners and all these kinds of things. That there's not a blemish in sight. Despite despite these people probably being more disgusting than the people in the disgusting areas, but you know, that's more politics.
But yeah, it makes sense to have stuff like that. And like I said, even though it is more open and more sparse, there's still items of interest on here that are separate from the plot of the story that is going to put your characters onto that map.
Yes,
so there's things that they can interact with. There's things that they can hide behind, climb, fall off of.
Yes, every time, guaranteed. And I mean, the guarantee with player characters is that if you put something nonsense in there, they'll find it. Much like last night, like I knew for a fact that as soon as I described that there was a toy maker and that there was toys, that someone was gonna want to pick one up and play with it, which is why I made a roll table for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like the simple ideas that you had there of like how little toys like that would be made, like imbued with a bit of prestidigitation and things like that. So.
Yeah, because the little click box was one of the items they made. So it's literally just a little puzzle that they have to figure out the correct order to press it in every time, and every time that the little prestidigitation goes off, the button order changes. So you have to click the buttons in the correct order, and then when you get it, it opens up and goes, and then closes back up down again. It's literally just, and I made that purely for the joke that I could say fart box on stream.
Yes. Yes. Professionals.
Professionals. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Rapid time.
Yes, let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll catch you all soon. Bye, everyone.
Say hi to Scar.
Say hi to Scar.